My name is Anton. I'm a software engineer at iHaus. We are a startup that is located in Unterföhring, been around since 2014. If you count everyone that technically works for the company, you reach a number of about 16. And what do? Well, we, as the name kind of gives it away, do smart home. And more specifically, we're a smart home integrator. So we take devices from different manufacturers and different kinds of technologies and put them all in one big, all-in-one platform. And we don't just do this with the fancy new IoT things, but we also combine them with more traditional and more professional technologies that have been around for many, many years. When you hear smart home, one thing that comes to mind is that someone takes a house, slaps a bunch of devices in it, has a cool use case, tries to get a nice article in a magazine or a website, and then you basically never hear about it again. We try to do things a bit differently, so we try to make smart home a bit more mainstream. What that means is that we work together with building companies to build real houses for real people equipped with smart home. And as a matter of fact, we actually already have 38 houses or 38 homes standing in Karlsfeld in Munich, and a lot more to come, and other projects going on the site as well. Yeah, these houses actually have an app running on iPads and iPhones where people can control the entire home with. Just a quick overview, what kind of technologies we integrate, what kind of partners we have. We start off on the more of an entertainment lifestyle side, so our initial partners were Sonos and Philips Hue, but we expanded heavily ever since. We do a lot of services, weather, traffic, a lot of different companies that work together. We actually work with BSH as well, integrate the dishwashers, ovens, and my personal favorite, Wi-Fi controlled coffee machine. Recently, we released the integration for Tesla. One thing that we tested very heavily, made sure, take out the car, debug it, make sure things work. And coming to the iPraktikum, this was a project last year. It was, in short, a sort of microgrid management tool. And not only did we have a really cool demo here 1 year ago, we actually took the team to Berlin and won the first place in the Smart Home Association. Right, coming to this year, why did I mention this? Because it's your turn now to impress the judges. To start off with this year's challenge, let's look at a typical smart home. If you think about it, it's probably something that has about 4 devices. You go to your MediaMarkt, or you see the smart home days on Amazon, and you order yourself a Philips Hue light, maybe a smart speaker, or something internet connected, a thermostat, and maybe a smart plug. More realistically speaking, though, in the future, next generation of smart homes, and actually the houses that we already have built, look more like this, where you have more than 120 devices. Not only is this multiplied by the fact that you have all these devices in several rooms, but you also have a lot more devices if you look at the entire house. You have your garage with your car in it, you have your backup battery there, you have your solar panel on the roof, and your smart meter. These devices generate a lot of data. And this data creates a very unique pattern or signature that's specific for a house, almost like a human DNA. Now, your project is to take this DNA and help us decipher it. So you want to go from just the raw data of a house and all the devices in it to something that makes sense. For example, you might want to recognize when people are having breakfast or having lunch, or when there's something out of the ordinary happening, lights being turned on while you should be at work, or things like that. Now, why you want to do this? Let me give you a couple of examples. One thing that comes to mind is a proactive support of controlling the home. So now you have all these 120 plus devices, and of course, you can control them manually, but why not have your house work for you? Let me give you an example. So imagine every morning you spend 5 minutes in the bathroom, then you go to the kitchen, turn on your coffee machine, open up your blinds, play some radio to listen to the news, and so on. So why not have the house turn on your coffee machine once it knows that you go to the bathroom? You also want to detect anomalies. So imagine you're at work, and all of a sudden, someone at home turns on the light, opens up your fridge. Sure, it could be a burglar trying to steal your beers, but it could also just be your kids coming home early from school because the teacher is sick. Either way, you want to be notified about it. And it also offers a new way to stay in touch with your family members and guarantee their safety, especially when it comes to older relatives. Imagine your grandma living by herself. If she doesn't turn on the coffee machine in the morning or doesn't turn on the dishwasher after lunch, maybe something's wrong. Maybe you should check up on her. And of course, you want to get to know your home better. So you have all this data being generated, but how do you interpret it? Maybe iHaus can help you to save energy. If it knows that you're always in the living room watching TV at 6 p.m., maybe it could tell you to turn off the lights in the basement. So what do you have to do? First of all, we should all sit down together, figure out how this could work. It's a very open problem. Do these suggestions that we make even make sense? And what are the possible scenarios we could look at? Once we have that down, we want a user-facing application, iOS app, where you're able to visualize the data and the results and have an option for the user to modify it and tag it. And of course, some server component or machine in the background that runs a machine learning model that actually does the heavy lifting, interprets the data, and extracts the knowledge from this DNA. Right, so with me today is Ralf. Daniel, who's here on the slides, couldn't make it, unfortunately. Please grab us, talk to us. We're really excited to work with you on this. And since I have your attention right now, it's probably also worth mentioning that we hire a lot. There's a lot of cool stuff happening in Smart Home, and we're really looking forward to interested students joining us. Thank you.